Welcome to The Piano Boat. I'm Masa.
And I'm Rhiana. We are both classical musicians and last year decided to take the plunge and commission a Widebeam canal boat for concerts and musical cruises, complete with comfortable living quarters.
Join us as the boat build reaches completion and we begin our journey along the UK's inland waterways.
Hello and welcome to our very first vlog for the piano boat. This is a Widebeam boat that has been in construction for the last 12 months, and once social distancing eases, we will be using it as a floating concert hall.
Yes, but what a time for the launch though, really. There was the flooding, of course, around February, bad weather, and then the slipway wasn't working and all sorts of things. But of course now the pandemic as well. So it hasn't been the best timing. But we're very nearly there now, somehow. Inevitable delays, but yeah, we're nearly there. So we thought this would be the time to possibly start documenting our journey. Really, we didn't actually build or fit it out, the boat ourselves. So, and also we didn't really want to get in the way of the builders too much. I remember the first time we went there, which was 2 winters ago, actually. So it has been a fair lengthy process actually, but it was very cold and they had this wood stove in the corner of their workshop and they had loads of wood to throw in and it kept us nice and warm. But I do remember we did overstay our welcome quite a bit. And every subsequent visits we would really just hang around and talk about things, of course, but it just already that was so much time of theirs spent talking about the build, and we just didn't really feel it right to sort of take a camera here and there and take up even more of their time. So now that this is coming to the end, we thought this is the time.
We have been really very particular about so many elements of the build, so we thought let's just leave it at talking about the boat for now. So tomorrow is the acceptance trial, which will involve a short cruise down the River Soar, which is where the boat is at the moment, and also gives us an opportunity to have a look around the boat because we haven't seen it for a while, and see if there's any final requests or changes that we want to make before officially taking ownership.
So we're just getting ready for tomorrow, really. The tape measure, very important, notes for what to look out for and all that. We have forgotten things in the past. We're in London and they're in Nottingham. It's not the longest journey, but it's still a fair distance. And once we kept the builders sample this case of worktop samples, and for a month we kept it, and then on that journey up we forgot to bring it with us, so we had to go back and all that sort of thing. So we're just making sure that we're aware of everything that we need to take with us. And the tape measure, of course, is very important because there's a lot of measuring up.
Yeah, we've always tried to take a tape measure with us, but it's become particularly important recently because now we're trying to get ready for when the boat actually comes down to London. So we're buying everything that we're going to need. And even on a Widebeam, space is still kind of at a premium, especially on ours, because we've tried to fit in so many different elements, which we'll kind of talk you through and show you when the boat comes down to London. But there's nothing more frustrating than going to buy a kitchen bin and realising that you don't actually know how much space you have available. So it's really been very important for us to measure every inch of the boat to make sure that we know how much space we have for the different things we need.
I am quite particular with measurements, literally inch perfect. Everything needs to fit. We're looking at the main bedroom, the dresser section, how many inches and what trays to get, and we're going to put some nice glasses and tea things, and it's just all very nice, very exciting, but at the same time we just need to make sure that everything measures up perfectly. So it's going to be an early morning tomorrow. I'm quite okay. I'm sort of up, so at 6, 7, that sort of time anyway, but Rhianna's not an early riser.
Not if I can help it.
So we'll see how the day pans out.
See you in the morning. 7:30 now. We've been driving for about 45 minutes. Very early.
7:30 isn't very early.
It's very early, much too early, I think. But we're aiming to be there for 9, so we can have a look around the boat and then do the trial cruise with Michelle and Jeremy. And then we have to stop at 12 because they want to quickly get the boat out of the water as soon as we're done and get working on it.
There's Ratcliffe Power Station, where the boat builder's workshop is located by the River Soar. So, what are we looking forward to the most today?
I'm looking forward to seeing what they've done with the interior, because Michelle's been sending us some teasing photos of various things that they've been working on, and I really want to see if they've actually started laying the floor yet in the sloop, which they might not have done, but the curtains are looking really nice as well, so just overall how it's progressed.
Well, the floor needed to be the last, because they would adjust the ballast in case the boat didn't float on the water level, but apparently it floated very nicely, so that's fine. But of course today is the first time we're actually handling the boat, so that's quite scary. We've done a lot of narrow boat handling, of course, over the years, but never this big really. Only once on a trip boat when we asked to try our hand at it, but really to take charge of this large canal boat is really scary, really.
Yeah, I think I'll let you go first.
Well, we both have to be very proficient at it.
First time I tried to, when we were first trying out boats, we went to see a company not too far from Tristar, actually, I think, and they let us take out their 9-foot on the water, and I crashed into a bridge.
Well, you didn't crash, but you didn't successfully navigate
so
between the bridges.
That wasn't great, but this one's 12 foot, but it'll be fine.
12 foot wide.
Yeah.
And 67 long.
Yeah, it's quite big. So we'll see.
Well, here we are, and look, the boat's gone. It was right at the middle of their workshop.
Well, let's go and find the boat then.
So here we are. A boat on the water. For the first time we're seeing it. It's floating level. And it's not sinking.
So here we are seeing the boat on the water for the very first time. We've seen some photos, but it floats, which is really good to see. Really exciting. And can't wait to go inside and see what they've actually changed. So that'll be really good.
It's really about the handling that I'm concerned about.
Yeah, we have to actually take it out of here at some point, so that's to come.
Quite daunting. There's a huge bow thruster in the water.
Are you ready to start going through the boat?
Yeah.
And here are our heroes, Michelle and Jeremy. So Jeremy is just pushing the boat out so he can open the gate. So now we're stepping on for the first time.
It's like a whole room in here.
Very nice.
It's huge.
Here we are.
Oh, look at this.
On the water.
Nice
How about
steering
that?
wheel. Look at this.
Yes, that is a nice steering wheel.
Oh, how does this work?
That's a hybrid marine panel.
I thought there was supposed to be a...
So this is the span of...
Are you breaking it? No, it's fine.
So this is the span of the boat. Oh, nice. Life ring. And for the first time we see both the fused glass heart in place by Catherine Webley. The floor's obviously not done yet because they might have had to adjust the ballast, And here's my favorite room. It's almost like a train compartment. And here's the bathroom. This is the inboard bathroom for the crew and the guests for concert cruises. And here's the hatch for escape as well, for more ventilation. And on the left we have the main bedroom, but here we also have the concert saloon, which is still a work in progress. It's a nice view up the skylight. It's a sunny day today. And now I think we're supposed to go back to the stern to look at the engine bay.
And then hook your left foot under that hose and onto that bearer there. Yes.
So this switch.
Not that side. Hook go the other go the other side of that hose. So go down. No, go down with your foot. That's it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
And then your right foot can go down on the floor. Yeah.
We've got another room
So-
down there.
Just sort of look up and just have a look at what you're going to bang your head.
Oh yeah.
You will stop banging your head at some point, but you will bang. You will bang your head.
Well, there's a first for everything, and the rope is being untied, and the boat is ready to go, to float away. There's a nice red boat going past.
Should we go down to the back?
Oh, this is so tight. That's pretty tight. Oh, that's so
Made it.
easy.
There's Michelle.
Are you going to get in your canoe now?
Sorry?
Okay.
Sorry? Oh, there goes Michelle with her canoe.
How is it?
Oh, it's quite heavy.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is heavy.
But it does respond well, actually.
That's what I mean. We should be able to make it a lot lighter,
Right.
and a lot more responsive and a lot lighter on the tiller, and make it pleasurable to use.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what I'm familiar with. So. And this
Yeah.
is good. I can actually reach
Yeah.
both ends.
If you take the wheel, so you have to turn.
Oh, that
So you will, yeah, sorry, we'll go. Yeah,
Not that way.
Don't go that way. That'll be a terrible end to the day.
That would be a bit sad.
So that's it. So you can turn quite sharply because I know that the Trent flows from left to right. So so as we turn,
Oh no, of course.
that's fine.
It's
Yeah,
going-
yeah, yeah. It's
Oh,
going.
I'm
Yes.
so confused now.
Yeah, yeah. So as we turn,
thought
the
it was
water's
going
going
the
from
other
left to
way.
right. It's going to stop us from turning a
Oh,
little
I
bit. So
see,
you can
okay.
go you can be quite aggressive with the wheel. Yeah. But then then start straightening out just like before you're going, because it'll carry on swinging. So I'd say you can start straightening out now.
Canals and trains.
Yeah. I suppose they're mostly in the workshop.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so nice. This is like luxury. I could get used to this, I think. Like you'll be driving from now on.
Oh dear.
Oh. So how did you find your first cruise with the boat?
Okay, well, the tiller's a lot heavier than your standard narrowboat, and it's just the boat is so big. But of course we're on a river at the moment, so it's much wider, so it's much more forgiving for any slight mishandling
Very true.
and missed positioning of the boat. But it's quite amazing to actually handle the boat. We have seen from the very beginning just flat sheets of steel, and now here we are actually floating and cruising on this very boat.
So part of the acceptance trial for us has just been checking everything's in the right place as we want it, and making sure that we're really ready when the boat arrives.
And I'm delighted to say that it's just all feeling fantastic. Cheers!
Cheers!
Well, we're back, and well, what a day it's been. It's really been a mixture of nerves and excitement, really. We had the whole tour of the boat. It was the first time we saw it on the water, of course, but so we went down to the engine bay and had a look at everything. And now, of course, whilst we didn't really have anything to do with the build itself, there are a lot of interesting things, unique ideas and things, so I mean, we will go through the boat in the weeks to come.
Yeah, so I'm really hoping that Masa remembers some of the stuff from the engine tour, because I have to say that kind of went over my head a bit. But it was really good to take the boat for a short cruise down the river, and obviously the river is quite wide, so it felt fine. But I have a feeling once we go onto the canals, the boat is probably going to grow a bit, to be honest. But I'm sure it's just a matter of getting used to it, and I think we probably will quite quickly, because it seemed to handle quite well, which was reassuring.
Yes, it's always controversial somewhat, but the bow thruster did work very well. I was quite impressed at how it moved very nicely. Of course, we would try not to use it, but I think it's useful to know that it's there, and it's very, very useful, very functional. Yeah, no, it is going to be a much narrower water passage, so I think it's just a question of allowing plenty of time, planning ahead. It is the slow way, of course, so yeah, it is really about just getting used to it. It's not the same as all the narrow boats that we've driven in all the over the years, really. But
yeah, I mean, when you're going through a bridge, you can't actually see the front of the boat, so unlike a narrow boat, when you can just kind of look down both sides to check that you're okay. With this one, which is almost twice the width, you can't really do that, because you'd be running back and forth across the boat, and it would just be not possible.
Yeah,
really.
no, it is almost a guesswork. I'm sure it comes with experience, but you
Yeah.
can't. It's quite scary when you're approaching the bank and the whole of the boat is there, and you can't really do that. You can't go left and right.
No.
So you'd have to assume that the width is there, of course, but nevertheless, it was a very scary experience there.
Yeah, so that's just something else to get used to, really, and just assume that the bridges are actually, if it's a wide beam canal, then we will fit. So just kind of make sure you go slowly enough, but yeah, we will get used to it. So now the boat will be out of the water again, back in the workshop. So we have another visit planned for next week, when we will hopefully show you a little bit more of it. Have a bit more chance to kind of go through it, because there won't be any cruising involved this time.
I must say it's been very interesting, because I'm quite particular with various ideas and various aspects of a lot of things in general. But I just say to the builder, look, this is the sort of thing I'm thinking about, and they come up with amazing solutions. So hopefully there's not going to be much left of that, but I think towards the end there's always going to be something.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks to go, there's always something. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Oh, what about this? So there's still a few things to which I'm sure the builder will say no, and that would be for a good reason.
Yeah.
But yes, so it's a final 2 or 3 visits coming up.
Yeah, so they have been very, very accommodating all the way through. It just really surpassed our expectations, to be honest. But yeah, so back to the boat next week, and we will maybe see you then.